Hello and welcome back to Mucky Hope Productions. And as always, I'm V. This is Coach Drew. Welcome back, Coach Drew. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm in the middle of, if you've ever watched the show Charmed, I'm doing a rewatch of that as like a
Sure.
practice. So I'm currently halfway done,
Mm-hmm.
and I have, I think, like 15 days to finish the last 4 seasons. So I'm very excited. Other than that, same old shit.
Same old shit. And this shit, of course, is season 50 of US Survivor, as always, where we are handcuffed to the spot, just watching that every week. It was an episode.
Yeah. It's the high of Coach going
Mhm.
was not. It didn't last long.
No.
And it's just something that's plagued this season since the beginning. And I think we kind of, because of everything with the first couple of episodes, because we sat here and said this was fun until, and then you start thinking back and it's like, yeah, it was fun, but there's always these little red flags that it's like a relationship that you get 6 months into and you realize, oh man, I probably should have seen this coming.
Mm.
Because they've just slowly been just, and now it's to the point where I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's
No.
not All Stars. It's not All Stars. But I can't even think of a middle of the road returnee season. Middle of the road, maybe Blood versus Water. It's not Blood versus Water either. Like I don't know. It's frustrating, and it's frustrating because of the twists, not because of the gameplay. Because the gameplay, when they're allowed to just play, is fine.
Yeah.
But they're not allowed to just play.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's start at the very beginning. Post-tribal discussions. Of course, we have the fallout from Devon's fake idol, which, do you think this has, look, it didn't really save him last week because he would have been safe. Even with the couple of votes he turned, he still would have been okay. And it's painted a target on his back. Do you think it backfired? Do you think it was stupid?
Backfired, and I think it was him that said it's a double-edged sword of, I probably saved myself, but also now everyone thinks that I have this idol. He was but I think the thing is, because he was already a target then anyway, that target's never going to go away. Yeah, it's probably bigger now, but it's not like he was insignificant, whatever that means, and then found an idol at Tribal, and now people are looking at him. It was, hey, this is a name that is going to get written down a couple of times. I found an idol, and now my target probably gets a little bit bigger. So yeah, double-edged sword, but I don't think that this is. I don't think this is going to blow the game wide open. Oh, now Devon's is a threat. It's like, no, Devon's was a threat last time because that's why you guys chose to try to go after him.
So everyone seems to have the general consensus that it is a real idol, because this week they were discussing splitting the vote. So they'd have to have the element of believe, or at least wanting to call his bluff, believing it. So do you think then he would be better off if they sort of went, oh no, that's a fake, he's just got a fake idol,
Well, I think the thing with that is then he would come off as deceptive and people wouldn't trust him. At least here, it just kind of looks like he's just a show off, which they already know that's the case from his first season. So it's like, okay, he's showing off, fine, whatever. And Joe does the perfect impression of him later in the episode. It's great. If he comes off as deceptive, then it's like, okay, when Dee got found out as being, playing deceptive, they sent her home. So I do think that of the two possibilities, this is probably the best option for him. That it's, yeah, this is a real idol that only Emily knows is not real. And as long as Emily doesn't say anything, then it should be fine.
I did want to say that clearly she's not running too much for a reputation, at least with her own alliance of running her mouth, because Devon's was very happy to tell her.
Yeah, and that's weird because, well, obviously we're not out there, so we don't know. But like Emily has been clocked multiple times this season from folks as a bit of a blabbermouth. So it's gonna be very fun to kind of see how long this secret stays between the two of them, because Christian's gone. So if it can stay between the two of them, maybe it has legs. But her track record this season shows that might not be the case. And then that's even saying that Devens doesn't tell anyone either, because Devens could tell somebody too. He could do what everyone else seems to want to do and just tell Cirie something and just hope that she won't say anything to her people that she's actually working with.
Yeah. Sorry, I got distracted by Mucky coming on. Is that Teemu Coach the rugby slayer? Are you having a stroke, Mucky?
No, I understand. I understand exactly what he's saying, and no.
What's a rugby slayer? Teemu, I get.
So instead of Dragon Slayer, because I coach and play rugby, and so.
Oh, that's true. So, well, I mean, we kind of slayed the dragon in Coach because he left. So what? It'd be Coach the Coach Slayer.
Well, he called me Teemu Coach. He called me
Coach the Coach Slayer.
That was
I'm so funny. I'm so funny.
I'm in a group chat with a bunch of Survivor folks, like from across a couple different channels and all that. And Coach is selling a haiku. He's making a haiku book, and
I saw that. You can get a haiku.
Someone tagged me. Jordan Kalish from RHAP tagged me and goes, we should all pull money together to get Coach his own copy of Coach's haiku book, and also see if he can get a Coach nickname. And I'm like, he's just gonna call me like Black Coach or something. Like he's not. He's gonna be something so stupid and Coach Noir. Like no, we're not doing that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Exactly.
Who needs Coach? I'll come up with nicknames.
the Coach nicknames are so easy that we just sat here.
Coach Noir. Yeah. There you go. Well, getting back to it, I can't even remember what we're talking about, but I was going to make a link to it. I think we were talking about Emily and Devon's now. Let's skip to the end. I do like to skip to the front, but we're going to skip to the end. And that Nerd Alliance, what future do you see for them?
None. And I feel like Emily has a big chance at potentially going next because of everything that happens towards the end of this episode, and the fact that like her Nerd Alliance is just two people right now. I think Devens could still have an end with Cirie and other folks in the game as the game kind of reshuffles. Yeah. But I think Emily might be screwed here in a couple of days. So I think that Nerd Alliance is done, but I do feel like this episode did establish what at least two of the final three could be. Okay.
What do you think?
Because there is a scene in the episode that's never really referenced again. And I thought it was weird when the episode ended and we never went back to it, where Jonathan and Aubrey kind of have a moment where like, oh yeah, let's do something. And then it's really like, we don't really go back to that.
No.
And I felt like because both of them have been getting a lot of airtime, especially recently, that them linking up is not like it would be weird if they showed us that and it didn't have anything to do with anything. Right. So I do feel like that could be, okay, this could be a duo along with someone else, or maybe they somehow figure out a way to get to the end against Cirie's Cirie, Ozzy, and Rizzo. There are fireworks going off in the background. I don't know what today is, but there are fireworks going off in the background. Is there an American holiday today? I don't think so.
It's the 27th of April, isn't it?
No, What's that? Nothing. It's my friend Adam. It's my friend Adam's birthday, so that's
shout out.
But it was very curious.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Show Jonathan, Aubrey making what felt like a deal to work together.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting too. I didn't think of that in terms of seeing them at the end. But we did have, Tiffany and Aubrey sort of in the previous weeks have found out that I can't talk and look at what Mucky's saying. I have to look at what he's saying later. They've been sort of outliers, this whole situation. We saw Aubrey sort of potentially move into the Jonathan. I don't think she's working with everyone, but working with Jonathan, sort of augmenting that honor and integrity alliance. We saw Tiffany being quite close to Cirie as well. I don't know where I was going with that, but did you notice that too?
Well, yeah, I think the Tiffany Aubrey thing is probably, I won't say it's done because I do feel like they still probably have something, but like they're working with two different camps at this point. And I do feel like that Aubrey Jonathan thing wasn't just shown to us randomly. That's going to mean something. And I feel the same thing with Tiffany and Cirie. The problem is we know that Cirie is tighter with two other people more than Tiffany. With Jonathan, yeah, he's tight with Joe. And yeah, he's kind of tight with Stephanie. But I feel like Aubrey could slide into that second slot and potentially that first spot, depending on how these. Because I think, is it this week? I think this week or next week is supposed to be a 2-hour episode. So
why not?
We could be in a spot where we could lose another two people very soon. And if he loses Stephanie and Joe, then
yeah. Well, I believe to keep it on track, we do have to have another episode where two go.
Well, two people, yeah. So I think it's either this week or next week. We're going to get a double boot, or we're getting a 2-hour episode. So that would probably mean that we get a double boot.
Well, we have to have lots of time for Mr. Beast.
For Mr. Beast. Well, we'll get to that.
Well, I just want to bring up what Mucky's saying because it's quite interesting as well. Mucky asks, I do want to ask, since the merge, how many normal votes have there been? From an outside perspective, it seems like every vote has had a twist, like split to 3 groups or tied destinies. And that's a good point. Last week, of course, was the tied destinies. I believe the tribal before that was reasonably straightforward, though.
That wasn't the merge. Oh, no. So last week's tied destinies. The week before that was the 3.
No, that was the week before that.
That was the week before that. Who?
I think.
Oh, it was the D. It was the D one. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that was normal. Yes.
So I think so. Yes, since the merge,
there has been one.
In the 4 tribals, we've had one regular sort of no funny business kind of.
Funny business. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I was going to say another word, but yes, funny business is more PG. Yeah, and the thing is, this tribal that we had in this episode could have been the second one, but because, and we'll get to it, but like the twist in this episode was so, the negative so outweighed the positive that even if Christian had finished the puzzle, it's like, I don't really care. Like this doesn't really, it wouldn't have hit the same as compared to him losing the challenge. And it's like, oh no, you were screwed. Like you were done. And
it was an opportunity. Everyone saw the opportunity. Easy, done, sorted, aligns with what they wanted to do. That would have been very interesting if Ozzy had to vote for himself. I don't think he would have gone.
You don't? Oh, okay. So we'll get to that then, because I definitely think he would have.
Yeah, well, let's get to twist, because Mucky does say, and look, Mucky, you better not be using AI to write your very articulate questions that you've put here. I'm on to you, sir. I'm on to you. Christian had to announce he has to vote for himself. Is there any trust in the cast to play the game and create entertaining TV themselves? Or does the drama need to be manufactured by
AI?
Twist?
Sounds like AI. Yeah.
I'm on to you, Mucky, but he's got a point.
Yes, the AI has a point.
Question.
And
the AI has a point.
And we'll get to it.
Well, let's talk about it now. Since we're here, since we've got Mr. Beast coming on next episode, we had no, Mucky, he says, I can come on and chat with these. No more AI. Come on. Think of the water. Think of the turtles.
No. We're good.
Let's talk about twists. Let's the elephant in the room, the Mr. Beast in the room. You know, we had this twist where Christian had the Jimmy Fallon. And I will preface this by saying Jimmy Fallon has now responded to his name being used in only one episode. We didn't have Billie Eilish's name mentioned this episode.
At all. Yeah, we didn't have her.
Most of them she has, and she hasn't said a damn word. Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon had Christian on his show.
A whole thing.
Yeah. They did they did a bit. They had a whole bit.
They had a whole bit. So Jimmy Fallon has done his side of things. So at least there's that. We had Christian going on a journey. He had a puzzle. That was the most stressful puzzle I've ever seen anyone ever do, ever. And if he won, he would have been able to write down a name there and then, essentially having an extra vote. If he lost, he had a letter for the tribe, saying, I have to write my own name down. So already there's a vote for Christian. A vote for Christian that Christian's been on everyone's radar. At that point, the idea, Jonathan's idea, go for Devons and Christian, get Devons to play as idol, get Christian out. That was the whole idea. Yeah. And so here was an opportunity to get Christian out. So twists. What do you think?
They're shit. And the fans, the fans would say, "Oh, we didn't vote for this." I'm like, you did. Because when we sat here last season and we went, or I think when we did 48, and I sat there and I said, hey, this is how I feel like the majority of fans are going to vote. I said the fans are going to vote for twists because even though we're a vocal minority, the casual fans are going to vote for they think is going to make exciting television. So I don't buy the hardcore fans saying, oh, the voting is rigged. It's like, no, it's not rigged. It's just your echo chamber of you only hanging out with Survivor, like hardcore Survivor fans, all said they didn't vote this way. Everyone else did. This is why we're going to get Final Four fire making. It's why we're going to get Final Four fire making. The problem is the twist they're introducing this season. With the I really love the tethered twist because I like Survivor South Africa. I know you said you didn't. But I like the tether twist. I liked the concept of the Billie Eilish idol until blah, blah, blah. But this one was probably the most egregious so far because, like I said, in a positive world, he finishes the puzzle and he gets the bank a vote. And he doesn't have to tell people that he banked a vote. The negative is he has to tell everyone, I am voting for myself. Everyone now knows going into Tribal, Christian has a vote. And Christian's name is already out there. And I want to talk about the challenge at some point, but Ozzy's name is already out there too. So that's why I feel like Ozzy could have gotten voted out here because Ozzy's name was already out there anyway. And Ozzy does, I think, catch a couple of votes during the actual Tribal. So this very easily could have been Ozzy sitting there saying, hey, I already voted for myself, blah, blah, blah. Now there are idols involved. So that's why things could have been a tad different, but yeah, it's the gameplay is so much fun and it just keeps getting poisoned, destroyed, whatever word you want to use by these twists that break the game in a non-fun way. Right.
Because you've always been wary or you haven't liked when someone loses a vote, which is essentially what this is in the worst way possible. Yeah. But I do think if Ozzy had gone, he would have used his idol. And then we may have seen Christian go anyway.
Yeah, that is a great point. I can't argue that because Ozzy,
I don't think there's a world in which Ozzy doesn't use his idol in that situation.
Because someone would have told Cirie inevitably, and she'll just tell him, yes, play the idol.
Yeah. And I rather than using Cirie's still got that extra vote she's holding on to as well. Don't forget. And
does.
Stephanie's still got that Steeler vote she's holding on to. You know.
Whatever, that's fine.
So next week we've got Mr. Beast, which does look like he arrives at some sort of auction situation.
Auction, yeah. So auction's what we thought.
Yeah.
Auction's what we talked about last season.
Yeah.
But him showing up to tribal is not it.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. What?
Well, maybe he wanted to
Hello.
Oh no. Hi,
Hello,
Mikey.
everyone. How's it going?
Is it because I didn't get a chance to bring up what you were saying in chat? You thought you have to
Exactly.
burst forth into glorious
Well,
light?
I heard Drew finally start talking shit about American Survive. So I'm like, I have to come on.
Oh my
How have you
gosh.
guys been?
Oh, look, it's been a sad week over in US Survivor World with losing Christian, but
Yeah.
we're getting through it. We were
And that's
just
the
talking
thing,
about
like,
Mr.
I
Beast
wasn't
next
even,
week.
like, actively rooting for Christian. Like, I thought he was the main
No,
character for a
yeah.
lot of this. I do think he kind of he didn't get screwed like Suri got screwed in Game Changers, but like,
Yeah.
I won't say it's pretty damn close, but it's in the same ballpark because everyone knew that he had to vote himself.
Yeah.
At the point in the game that we are at, you publicly telling people that you have to vote for yourself is almost a death sentence unless you were someone that is so insignificant to the game at that point that they're just like, okay, who gives a shit? Like if it was Joe,
Oh.
I feel like Joe probably stays.
Oh, that's interesting.
Now,
Well,
it
that's what I was
doesn't really
gonna
matter
ask.
because Joe wins immunity, so like it doesn't really matter. But if it's
Ooh.
Joe probably stays because Christian's name's already been out there for the last couple of rounds. Christian losing in a puzzle, which is crazy in and of itself.
Oh, but how could you do it on that moving pontoon with all that stress? I mean,
Rachel did it, so Rachel did it.
Well,
that's
what I was going to ask was, do you think Christian would have gone anyways if it wasn't for him announcing he had to vote for himself? Or do you think
Yeah.
that's a massive turning
Oh.
point and people going for it?
No, I think he might have been on the chopping block anyway.
He would have been on the chopping block, but I think he would have had a better,
chance.
even if it's slightly better. I think
Yeah.
he would have a slightly better chance of staying. When you tell people that everyone is already calculating, oh, we don't have to worry about pulling someone in to vote this way because he's already done it. At least when you don't have that on the table, you have to try to figure out where that last vote is going to come from. Now it's, okay, we don't have to worry about that. As long as we have our group to do this, then we are fine. So I think there is a chance of him staying if he didn't have to do that. Do I think he probably still goes home? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I wonder if Christian wasn't so obviously, one foot in the casket, if the campaign for Emily might have gained a little bit more traction within,
yeah,
Suri, Rizzo, Tiffany. And I wonder if it might have just muddied all the votes a little bit more and maybe.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I was convinced that Emily was going to go home when that moment happened.
Right.
When she got ratted out as being like, oh, she's trying to go after Ozzy, I'm like, oh, this is where Emily goes home. And going to Suri again, it's very similar to when they got rid of, I think when they got rid of Savannah or whatever it was, where it was between Coach. Oh yeah, it was between Coach. Oh no, it was between Coach and Colby. That's what it was. It was between Coach and Colby, and I was upset that Suri had voted to keep Coach for biased reasons. With here, it's
yes, Mikey.
What's up,
Yes,
dude? Yeah, yes, my children. Something that I actually wanted to come on and discuss with you guys about was, do you think all these twists, the fans wanted these?
Yeah.
The fans voted for these twists. They voted for Mr. Beast to Mr. Beast someone out. They voted for Jimmy Fallon to make Christian vote for himself. What I wanted to ask you guys was, do you think these twists are actually helping out the game? Because something I think I said it last week or the week before, but what I love so much about
We're both shaking our heads already.
yeah, that's what I love so much about Australia versus the world, right? This is like a personal thing. Most
Yeah.
people will probably disagree with this, but I actually just love how simple the format is. Here's a
Yeah.
group of international legends of the game,
Yeah.
like they know how to play Survivor. So let's just give them the basic tools. Here's an idol. Here's flip an idol, flip an advantage, small tribes, away you go. And was it the most exciting season of all time? I mean, probably not. It's no like Kageyama or anything. However, I think just the stakes of it, the players they got, for me, it just made it more interesting. Just watching all these players integrate with each other and whatnot. Like
Let
watching
them cook.
Luke and Sari. Luke is probably one of the best social players of all time. So is Sari. Watching them two work together, it's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, this is Avengers Infinity War, of Survivor. And so, and also the season like 50, like even though I've had my comments about the cast, I do think it's still a fine cast overall, but it just seems like from my perspective, now I haven't seen the season, so you guys can correct me on it. It seems like they're worried that the cast won't be able to make the drama, make the moves, make the dramatic moments, and that's why they have to implement all these twists. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you
Well,
think this
see,
is helping or not?
Mucky, I think there is a concern there, but I don't think it's a concern for the cast. I think it's a concern for the audience that they are sort of turning it over to the audience more to get more viewers. They're worried that people won't know who Sari is. They won't know who Ozzy is. But they know who Billie Eilish is. And they know who Jimmy Fallon is. And so I don't know, I haven't looked at ratings lately for US Survivor and whether there has been a dip lately or what the concern is, but it seems like they're campaigning hard to make it as broad as possible for audience rather than the cast having anything to do with it, which is crazy for me. But then again, I've seen every episode. So
Survivor fans are always going to tune in. Like I understand that we're not tuning in how we did in 2001, but we're still tuning in. The show doesn't last this long if we're not. And 49 wouldn't have gotten as many viewers as it did if we didn't, because 49 was like not notoriously, but like it's looked at as there were a lot of people that watched 49. And I think with 50, I'm willing to bet right now that the Mr. Beast episode is going to be the most watched episode of the entire season, with the exception of the finale and the premiere. Because as much as people are like, oh, turned off by it, guess what? There are people that love Mr. Beast and there are people that hate Mr. Beast, and both of them are going to be watching the episode.
Yeah.
Because it's great marketing on Survivor's part. Like they're tone deaf with it, but they know that people are going to tune in to see what kind of crazy stuff is going to happen because Mr. Beast is there. Whether they hate it or love it, it doesn't. And I think that it was purposely shown to us in the trailer that he shows up at Tribal. Because you showing us that he shows up at Tribal is really going to make people hate watch this episode to see what kind of crazy stuff gets brought up there. Now, and a lot of my friends are thinking the same thing as I am. I think, and this is just optimism, I think why he is there is there's going to be a moment where there is a chance where the prize pot of the season actually gets upped.
Well, that would make sense.
And if that's the case, it's like, okay, you know what? Fine. Like that is a fine twist. Like, hey, if you lose, it's just $1 million. If you win, it's $3 million. But that's the optimism. If it's like my negativity is it's going to be do or die again. So that's the thing. It's the twists. It's the wrong types of twists, I would say, with the exception of with a few exceptions over the last 10 seasons now. There have been some twists. Like I really like Shot in the Dark. I like Shot in the Dark. I know some people don't, but you're fine. I think that they had so many ideas for twists that they just decided they were just going to throw all of it at us. And for the most part, they have failed.
See which ones we like.
Yeah, but the good ones, because the good ones are connected to the bad ones, everyone just says, "Oh, I hate all of them." It's like,
yeah,
okay. So when we get 51, and 51 is more like season 7 than it is like season 20, y'all are gonna hate that too. Because the reason my favorite era of Survivors 1 through 20 is because of the lack of a bunch of idols, bunch of twists, whatever. And I know that a lot of people love advantages and stuff. The problem is, if you love them too much and Survivor knows you love them too much, they're just going to keep adding more. And I think that's where we've gotten now, where they know, oh, fans loved Cambodia and like all these twists getting kind of getting used. Oh, they loved this, they loved that. So let's just add even more.
They loved Redemption Island, so let's do Edge of Extinction.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Australia won up them. We had a season just called Redemption. No Redemption Island, no Edge of Extinction.
Just Redemption. Yeah.
Just Redemption. Redemption.
Well, and South Africa had what, Immunity Island? Like,
that was actually really good. See, I mean, Coach, I know we'll get to this whenever we cover Go Silent together, but I actually do like those kind of twists where you have Ireland, potential advantage and whatnot with that kind of stuff. But what I think Immunity Island and South Africa did really well. Sorry, I'm just about to cross the road. Make sure you look both ways before crossing the road. But what I love so much about Immunity Island and Island of Secrets was it wasn't just advantages. Sometimes it would be a massive bowl of food, or your loved one would be there. You get a letter from home or something. Yeah, I know you hate that, B. But it was more than just advantages. And I think with Ghost Island, like, correct me if I'm wrong, Drew, but didn't they like run out of advantages so they had to cycle through Callan's extra voters? Like, Callan misplayed it.
You could go to Ghost Island and not get anything and just be sitting there like, oh, guess it's nothing.
Yeah. And it just feels like they're trying to chase moments, and this is a critique I have with Australian Survivor as well. Like, ever since we had in the very first season, we had the Hand on Heart Immunity Challenge, and this chick who had never won a single challenge before went up against the 2 challenge beasts of the season and won. Right? And there was such a massive, like, huge underdog moment. And then every single season, that's why the final challenge has always been an endurance challenge, because they're chasing after that moment again. Same thing with I'm pretty sure both of you have probably seen it, but the George and Simon Tribal Council and Heroes vs. Villains, the greatest tribal in Survivor history. Ever since then, they've always had a individual immunity challenge in the middle of Tribal Council at like a random, because they're trying to chase after that moment again. And
yes, and that's the thing with Survivor US is they're chasing, and going to the challenge in this episode, it's the same thing, because as much, so I love the montage of Jeff talking all this trash about before Jeff does the challenge, and he's talking about, they show the montage of him talking all this trash to everyone. And I was like, that's a fun moment.
Yeah.
And Jeff doing the challenge isn't even the most egregious thing to me, because it's like, okay, yeah, because there's no way he's going to win this challenge, because there are so many people. I know I say this like a lot. I really wish you were in the same time zone so I could text you my thoughts. But I had texted my friends. I'm like, the people that are going to do this side challenge with him are going to be 4 of 5 people. It's going to be Joe, Stephanie, Tiffany, Jonathan, and Ozzy. 4 of 5 people are going to do this, and 4 of those 5 people did. And it's like, okay, yeah, Jeff has no chance, because no matter how in shape he is in, he's not going to beat these people. So it's fine. Like, this is not going to screw anyone, because these people are going to beat him.
And that was fun. That was so fun.
It was. I loved the montage, and I loved watching him struggle to do the challenge, and I loved him ultimately losing, them getting the rice and all of that. It was a fun moment. But that's what a lot of seasons have been, I would say, since 34. It's not even a new, like a post-COVID thing. It's a post, almost Cagayan Cambodia thing of, they're chasing the next big thing. Wentworth doesn't count was the last moment I feel like where it felt natural. Every other time it's felt like, okay, you guys are trying to get to this.
Yeah.
And it just never, it doesn't hit the same. And so, this season where we could have just done, okay, these twists are there, but they're not going to like, instead they do this and it's like, okay, with all the fun we're having watching these people strategize with each other, it's being bogged down by, oh, we know that Christian has to vote for himself. Oh, we know that, as much as I loved it, we know that, Coach and Chrissy have to go out together. We know this, we know that. We know that we just merged, but because Genevieve just ended up in a spot where there's no way she can make out of it, we have to root for her to win immunity during this, because if she doesn't, there is no suspense. We know she is going home.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like that is the problem. And that is to jump and I haven't brought to you, only brought it to Jake, but I'm sure maybe y'all seen it. 51 is going to be 2 tribes of 20 to start off the game.
Holy shnikes.
It's 2 tribes of 20 starting off the game.
That's
Wait, 2 tribes of 20 or 2 tribes of 10?
2 tribes of 10. 2 tribes of 20. It's 10. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Well, that's less insane.
Yeah.
Half of 20, 2 tribes of 10.
That almost seems just old school.
Yeah, they're going back to that.
Yeah.
And I think that is a good start. That's a good start. We're
going to wipe the slate clean and go back old school.
And then my fear is they're going to swap at 18. Don't swap at 15. If you swap at 15, we get maybe we get basically a month of episodes where we get to watch these people interact with each other before you swap.
Yeah.
Don't swap at 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should probably get going soon because I am almost at my other job. But yeah, thank you guys so much for allowing me to come on, even though I just forced my way on. You guys had no say.
We had the door locked, but you just got in anyway.
Yeah, I just got in. Yeah, you didn't check the windows.
Thanks for checking in on us.
All right, Michael.
All good. No, and thank you guys so much for the chat. I really enjoyed it as well. Because I was going to bring up, I think the 2 tribes of 10 is hopefully a start or sign of a change. Because for me personally, it's like small tribes, like I think every now and then, it's interesting, it spices it up. I understand where Jeff is coming from in terms of you have nowhere to hide, but I think it's overdone and it's just stale. And I think having larger tribes creates more opportunity for flips and more massive things to happen, if that makes sense. And so
I agree.
I'm excited for the change, and hopefully they get rid of the lose your vote. I don't know if they've already done it, but the Bowie advantage needs to go.
Does anyone still have a boomerang? Oh, yeah. So the 2 idols are the boomerang idols.
It's still
they're not
Ozzy
going
Rizzo.
anywhere now.
Yeah.
Because they both went to Genevieve, but she's gone. So.
Wait, Aubrey still has one too, right? Yeah.
No, she got rid of it.
No.
Oh, yeah.
So both Ozzy and Rizzo's idols were supposed to boomerang back to Genevieve. She's gone. So
Poor
they're just
Genevieve.
idols now. So Billie Eilish, pointless.
Yeah. They say, like, I don't mind like celebrities coming up with stuff or celebrity interaction with the shows and whatnot. Like I think American Survivor has had quite a few different celebrities on and whatnot. But I think, what is this? Like, hands to the fans. Fans, you wanted this. Billie Eilish, from what I've seen, hasn't posted a single thing about Survivor. I've seen like behind stuff with Jimmy Fallon. Like I think his interview with Christian was great. I don't even know the context behind it, but I thought it was so funny, so great.
It was
Jimmy Fallon, for sure.
It was funny.
Yeah, like it was so great. But yeah, like I hope American Survivor isn't trying to buy audience by celebrities. I hope they do actually go, because you're right, Drew, they do have a fan base. Like
that's what they're doing. They're trying to buy audience.
Like Australian Survivor right now has been struggling with ratings and stuff, right? And there's a lot of question on what they should do to bring things up. I haven't seen anything like that with American
I've heard Billie
Survivor.
Eilish is
The viewership is so
available.
high. Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So yeah, like, I don't think American Survivor is going anywhere at any time. And
No.
I think, yeah, rely on your fan base. You know, it's a celebration
Yeah.
for fans, for players, for the show. And I hope they lean more into that more so than people who probably would never watch the show in the first place. You get what I mean? So
Well, Danica, a couple of weeks ago, someone in our chat had the idea that rather than celebrities, it should have been Survivor favorites, like the Boston Rob Boomerang Idol, or the Parvati take your note that you have to vote for yourself kind of, which I think the fans would have enjoyed a lot more.
Because I know that with David, right before he started hosting Redemption, he reached out to Parvati, to Boston Rob, to Ethan Zohn, and all these great American Survivor legends, and asked them, "What did you want as a host, right? For when all these like random moments happen throughout the game and whatnot, what did you want the host to do to help elevate the game, elevate the moment and whatnot?" And took advice from all these great legends. So you're right, maybe there could be the next twist thing. Get all these great American legends who are probably never going to play again.
Yes.
Come up with all this great stuff.
I think a missed opportunity. And even, your reward is you get to spend 30 minutes with Boston Rob to talk about your game and your alliances and everything. And I think the fans would have adored it, like they did when they got to go see Cochrane or whatever. Yeah.
Honestly, Island of the Idols, I know nobody likes to praise it, but I do think there was actually a kind of cool twist
there was something there. Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys saw
maybe not for a whole series.
Ghost Island's the same way, where Ghost Island's a fun concept.
Yeah, but doesn't need to be
exactly.
Season 50, the one thing Season 50 is doing that Ghost Island did correctly is the fun flashbacks that we get.
Yes.
Every flashback we've gotten this season, it's like, oh yeah, this is fun.
I like this show.
I can see how it relates to what's happening in real time and what's happening here. That is something they have done very well this season.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw, but Boston Rob had done an interview about Island of the Idols, and they asked, "Oh, did you actually have to like live and stay out there in the camp?" And apparently, they were actually offered to stay in the villa during the shooting, but Boston Rob said, "Nah, for the practicality of the show, him and Sandra should stay out on the beach." And apparently production never asked Sandra, they just asked Rob. So poor old Sandra has been dragged to stay in some crappy ass shelter on the beach, not even playing Survivor, all because of Rob. So on that note, I'll leave. Sorry for hijacking your recap. I really enjoyed chatting with both of you. So
all right, bye Dad.
All right, I'll try not to end the stream again.
All right, yes, please.
Right.
Please just
No.
gently, don't trip over any leaves on your way out. Okay. So let's keep moving forward. The rice conversation. There was a rice situation. This whole episode was, again, Cerie's getting to the final episode. And I don't mean on the jury. She's either winning or she's at the fight. Like,
what? I mean, she makes it to the final tribal, she's winning. So she has to lose at fire. She basically has to lose at fire at this point if she's not going to
she'd have to lose that fire. Because it was hysterical. Freaking Emily with the rice. And how many times has Emily made rice on Survivor? How many times has Emily made rice, period? And Cerie's done both.
Yeah, well, she said, a twinkle in your mom's eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been making dresses. It's the type of content where we're like, we don't need this. Why are we being shown this? It could either be Emily's going home and like as the episode progresses, like, oh, maybe it is that. Or they're just going to give you more Cirie content to show, hey, yeah, and I think it's more of the latter. But it was probably one of my favorite moments of the episode. I would say probably my favorite moment of the episode. It was just fun. It was a fun moment that didn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
But it was still fun, like seeing Cirie being annoyed and Emily being annoyed. It was fun watching Emily just being like, making your faces like, this is crazy. Why are we doing this? It was fun watching everything dealing with that scene, because once again, it's not plagued by advantages. It's just watching two people interact with each other that have been playing in the game long enough where they just get annoyed by the smallest thing, because we're just talking about rice. We're talking about rice. Why are either one of these people upset about this? But the fact that they're both upset about it is great for an audience, because the what people on the street are telling me is the fact that it was fun. It was just a fun moment.
Yeah. And for me, it also added to, throughout this episode and throughout other episodes, but this episode and last episode particularly, we've had the Cirie power edit. And even with this rice conversation, she was basically saying, Emily's annoyed me so much with the rice. I'm willing for her to, I have the power to get her out because she's bugging me.
Yeah.
And then we have Cirie at the start of the episode saying, I'm working with this person. I have an understanding with this person. This is my alliance. She lists every single person on that camp.
Yes.
Again, in the discussion before Tribal, we have Cirie sitting in her hammock like it's a freaking throne, and everyone is just coming to her to have discussions. She's leading the discussions. She's saying, don't make that face. Don't smile. And everyone's like, okay. Even Jonathan is literally kneeling in front of her as she's on this hammock saying, this is how it's going to be, Jonathan. And he's like, yes, 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 my lord, yes.
Yes.
How does she not win this whole thing? Because she hasn't managed to get anyone going, oh.
I texted Jake this earlier because we don't know what's going to happen with the Mr. Beast thing. I'm saying the money thing might be it, but like it might not. It might just be, hey, if you've played Survivor more days than everyone else, you get voted out automatically. In which case it will be hurt.
There's no way.
But let's say if Cirie makes it out of this upcoming episode and whatever shenanigans happen in it, I think that because, and we talked about this last week where Emily said that the craziest twist hadn't happened yet with the tether twist. She said the craziest twist of the tether. I think this might be the craziest twist. And if she makes it through that, then, I mean, yeah, we can say, hey, just win fire or make sure that you don't have to do fire and you will be fine, because we're still at the point where the only time, I mean, I guess Savannah, I guess, brought her up at some point too, but like Jenna Lewis is the only person that was like
the only one
overly gung-ho about this.
She was so right.
I
she
think
was so right.
No chance in hell that the jury doesn't vote for her to win.
No.
I'm not going to say this because I've already dodged a bullet already with Coach getting voted out. But if I hadn't said, I would say, oh yeah, if Cirie makes it to the end and doesn't win, I'll never watch Survivor again. I'm not going to say that because I'm already locked in and Coach is already gone. But honestly, yeah, if she makes it to the end and she doesn't win, I'll do something, because that would be crazy at that point.
Yeah. So what's the speculation on the street for the Mr. Beast? You mentioned potentially more money. You're locked into the metaverse in terms of the Survivorverse.
That's all I've heard. That's all I've heard. I haven't heard any of the negatives, and I think that's because I'm trying to actively avoid the negatives, because the negatives seem like they would be very bad. And especially because he gets 2 segments that we know of. He could get more segments, but in the trailer he at least gets 2. And yes, one is the auction, which we already kind of predicted was going to happen. The fact that he's at Tribal scares me, because it looks like he's sitting by himself too. Like he's not sitting with a jury; he's off by himself. That's very worrisome. If it impacts the amount of money, if it impacts the grand scheme of everything that has nothing to do with individual votes, I am all right with it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Hey, you guys
raise or lower the money, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah. Whatever, as long as it doesn't impact the actual vote that's going to happen. If it impacts the vote that's actually going to happen, yes, I'd probably be more pissed off than I am this week. And I'd be more pissed off than the Zach Brown thing, and I'd be pissed off more than the Genevieve. The Genevieve thing is probably the most I've been pissed off of the season. That twist, that round, the merge.
Yeah.
This has the potential of going that, but it also has the potential of being like, okay, why were we so worried? It wasn't a big deal.
Well, look, he might just be coming with advantages. There's the ultimate Beware advantage. We know a Beware advantage means you lose a vote. Okay, so maybe someone loses a vote, but it could be that it's just the opportunity to win more money.
And so you bring that up, and something is went off in my head. What if the Beware advantage is similar to the Rice thing from last episode, where it's like, hey, if 3 people sacrifice their votes, we'll jack the price up to $3 million.
Ooh,
because in that situation, it would still be like, no, just say no and take the $1 million. Why would you sacrifice your vote right now? Like, that would be insane if people decided, oh yeah, I can, especially at this part in the game. If they had done this at the fake merge, honestly, I would have been like, okay, how are you guys going to navigate this? Because there are enough votes that you can kind of cure it. Where we're at in the game now, and he says, yeah, if enough people sacrifice their votes, we'll do this. It's like, okay, why? Yeah. I think a more compelling thing would be all of you, even this still be dumb, all of you take a self vote. As long as 3 of you take a self vote, the price will go up to $3 million. Oh, the winning go up to $3 million. Because you're not losing your vote, but you're still already have a vote. I would still appreciate that more at this point than people losing a vote.
Yeah.
I'm very nervous to see what happens. But like I said, I feel like everyone's going to tune in. They're going to tune in because they want to see. And the craziest thing about all this is I'm not a Mr. Beast hater. I like Mr. Beast. I enjoy his videos.
But he just doesn't belong on that beach.
I just don't need him here.
Yeah.
I don't need him here.
I love Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Hit Me Hard or Soft was an absolute masterpiece. And I don't say that about many albums. It was incredible. I just don't need her on my beach. I don't need her on my beach.
I don't need Mr. Beast here. And as long as, I mean, I would say the same thing about Cochran and Game Changers. Like, I don't need Cochran in that. But at least it made sense in the grand scheme of, oh, well, he's a Survivor player, so fine. I didn't need Boston Rob and Sandra and Island of the Idols, what Maki was talking about. But if we're going to have a theme, and the theme is Island of the Idols, why not the 2 of them?
That makes sense.
Here, it's okay, like, yeah, sure, Mr. Beast.
Well, let's are we ready to move on to Tribal?
Sure.
Whose neck did you think was actually getting cut?
Christian. Oh, Christian or Emily? I thought Christian or Emily.
It was interesting. Emily didn't get a vote, but I think the Christian thing was the easier option.
That segment right before Tribal, and I've talked about this enough during this. It's like with everything that happened with the Rice, and then her trying to go after Ozzy, and then Cirie and Rizzo having that moment. It's like, okay, Cirie got what she wanted last episode. Cirie's really good at letting other people she's working with have what they want. This could be the moment where Rizzo like gets what he wants, and you know, and Emily goes home. When Emily didn't catch any votes, that was surprising. But I thought going into Tribal, I thought it was going to be Emily or Christian. And in fact, when Ozzy caught like 2 votes, I'm like, oh shit, they really got me on this one.
Devons wasn't going to vote for Christian or Emily.
True, but that's one.
Yeah, well, Emily was on her Aussie rampage, so I wasn't as surprised about that one. I figured, that was the only option for both of them.
I think that I won't say that the game's going to reshuffle now, because I still think there are still every side has been decimated with the exception of Ozzy, Cirie, and Rizzo. That's the only side since the merge happened where they haven't lost someone.
Yeah.
And I do think that as long as they continue to not be clocked, then they will be fine. Now, like I said, the Jonathan Aubrey thing is starting to, I won't say worry me, because I don't think either one of them are going to win. But the Jonathan Aubrey thing is starting to worry me, because why are they showing us this? People have these types of conversations all the time where it's like, oh yeah, I think we can work together. But why are we seeing this specific one? Because I'm sure they both had that conversation with a lot of people, but we're seeing this one. So that's the only thing that scares me into thinking that maybe 2 of the 3 of the Ozzy, Cirie, Rizzo people won't make it to the end, because I think 2 of them could potentially make it.
I can't imagine that's the final 3 is the three of them. I can't imagine a world where it's Rizzo, Cirie, and Ozzy. I don't know. That just seems too sort of perfect for Cirie's game that I can't imagine the 3 of them.
She almost went to the end with Amanda and Parvati, and that would have been perfect. It's not like she hasn't put herself in perfect. She almost went to the end with Aris. She's good at putting herself in situations where it's the perfect scenario, and then bad things happen. So if she does it up at the end with Rizzo and Ozzy, it's like, yeah, there we go.
I absolutely, don't ask me what behind this feeling, but I have a huge feeling that we're going to see Stephanie in the final 3. Because no one remembers she's there.
Yes, I think this might be the first time we've talked about her today. So
I think we're going to have 2, and they're going to go, oh, Stephanie, oh hi, yeah, oh, okay,
you're here,
hi. Well, didn't notice you there, but here you are. Nice to see you. Okay, you're not going to win because people go, oh yes, Stephanie. I guess she was nice. Not going to vote for her though.
But Stephanie would have been a player if she gets to the end. Oh, she made it to the end 2 times in a row. But once again, if she's sitting next to Cirie, not in a row, but 2 times in her.
Well, in her, yeah.
But if she's sitting next to Cirie, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if anyone is sitting next to Cirie, they are going to lose.
Yeah. So, anything else you'd like to say before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been the best season. Obviously, it hasn't been the worst season. And in terms of returning seasons, it's probably middle of the road. But it has nothing to do with the cast or any of that. It has been we've just been plagued by
twists
and bad twists. We've been plagued by bad twists.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. If they were, because even the Medallion of Power was so insignificant that Nicaragua sucks anyway, but Medallion of Power in the grand scheme of things doesn't really impact anything. So it can't be as bad as some of these other twists we've gotten.
I'll leave you with a thought, and everyone subscribe for Cheeky Naughty Times, but I'll leave you with the thought that I haven't brought up till now, but it has been in my head the entire season, okay? And maybe it's significant with Mr. Beast showing up. In the opening credits, they show a coin. We haven't seen anything to do with a coin yet. Do you think they would show a coin spinning just for, this is kind of interesting stock footage to use, or does the coin mean something?
Chekhov's coin? This would be great. This would this is I guess I haven't noticed the coin.
Go back and watch, and you'll see the coin. You'll see what I mean.
Check off coin. And so okay, so I guess to make it fit into my what I'm thinking, maybe it's a coin flip of hey, it's tails, it's $1 million. If it's heads, it's $1 billion or whatever. Like, or the coin doesn't play into anything.
And it's just a pretty shot that they wanted to
and
use.
It's just a pretty shot. But what Survivor does do well and has almost always done it well is if you see it, it probably means something. Check off whatever.
We might see that going into Mr. Beast.
Yeah. So if Chekhov's coin finally comes into fruition here, fine. Yeah, I'm gonna watching the opening credits on Wednesday. I'm definitely gonna pay attention because I just
pay attention to the coin.
Well, honestly, because during the opening credits, the only thing I care about is the stock footage of the players. I don't pay attention to everything else that they show. So
yeah,
if I'm seeing that, it's like okay, that could mean a lot because we have seen 0 coins this season.
When I saw that in the first episode, I was sure they were going to bring back the fire token situation because I couldn't get a good sense of what the coin said. I thought bring back fire tokens, which was a twist I hated.
The Jeremy Collins, Michelle Fitzgerald, Winners at War, 50-50 coin, the 50-50 coin. But I'm assuming the coin in question does not have 50-50 or something like that.
You know what? I'm going to have a look and I'm going to pause it. I'm going to stay tuned next week for the coin discussion. Even if it doesn't become relevant, we'll bring it up again. Follow us on Instagram, as always. We've got a huge amount coming up in the next few months. Huge. Kicking off with Mucky having deep dives with so many Australian Survivor players. Check out the channel. There's going to be so much incredible deep dives with all these incredible players, and Mucky will be there too. I'm kind of being kind of hard on no, but of course we love Mucky, we love Australian Survivor, so tune in for that. We're also going to be this is more niche, but New Zealand Traders is coming up, and that's going to be over on our Spotify. So make sure you subscribe to our Spotify. I think I've got it here. It's not spelled correctly, but it is our Spotify. So make sure you check that out. And for coming back, for having a break for the last few years, we have Drew's 50 in 50. Do you like that?
Yeah.
That radio announcer voice?
So for the 3rd channel in a row,
all the channels have gone under after today.
Yeah, for the 3rd channel in a row. Not by my doing it. But this summer, starting May 10th, EST US, I will be doing 50 seasons of Survivor in 50 days. I will be having people across the Survivor sphere, podcasters, people that play online games, live games, players, people on the channel, and everyone in between, everywhere in between. Joining me for podcast directly after I finish a season. If this is your first time watching me do it, yes, it is real. Yes, I do skip the recap episodes during the early portion of Survivor history. I do not watch the recap episodes. The reunion I usually have playing in the background while we record, so technically I'm not watching that as well. But I watch whole seasons of Survivor in a day and I podcast about it. It's a lot of fun leading into the final day where I will live stream the entire of all of season 50 and live stream for, I think that would be about 16 hours, because when I did it for 46 it was about 16 hours. It's good. It's a lot of fun, like I said. So please tune in for it. And if I haven't reached out to you already and you have come on before, please reach out to potentially hop onto a season. I think we only have 14 seasons booked so far. So there are still a lot of options for y'all to hop onto. So yeah, that starts the 10th. It starts May 10th, whenever that
May
is.
10th, and a fabulous opportunity for anyone listening to the show. Reach out, watch the season, your favorite season. Reach out to Drew. Come on and have a chat. I'm gonna do it. I'm working on my rewatch as we speak, but it's going to be fabulous. May 10th is when it kicks off. But before that and all through that, we have these incredible deep dives for Australian Survivor as well. So if you love Australian Survivor and wish you had more content, you can really get into it with some of these players. You know, message us your questions and Mucky will ask them. So we've got a lot going on. So do make sure, I'll put it back up, make sure you do subscribe for Cheeky Naughty Times, because the times are only getting cheekier and naughtier as they go on. And we'll have Mucky in his element and a very exhausted Coach Drew trying to make his way through Ghost Island, Island of the Idols, Edge of Extinction. I'm trying to think of...
No, actually, Edge of Extinction is fine with me. I don't mind Edge of Extinction. Thailand, Island of the Idols. Yeah, Ghost Island. I've fallen asleep twice during these things. So maybe this time will be different.
So make sure you guys tune in. We've got so much stuff happening. I've moved my hands like this so much. I'm so excited. Everything's for sale. All right. Thank you, Coach Drew. Thank you, everyone in chat. Thank you, all the viewers. And we will see you next week. Bye, everyone.